What up, family? We are going to talk about heat today. I promised you guys I would share with you guys what my first impressions or thoughts about using heat on my natural hair for the first time in almost 3 years. It'll be almost 3 years this summer. So, okay, as you guys saw in the video that I did, I blow dry my hair. I did not use a comb. I did not use a brush to get through my hair. This was the same technique that I used on my daughter's hair when I flat ironed her hair. Not for the first time, but for the first time in a very long time since the mishap happened. Somebody actually wrote on the page that I was a bitch for doing that to my daughter's hair and not my own. Anyway, we won't go there. I don't really like to use heat on my hair. Cutting my locks off this time, I never really had a length or goal in mind as far as growing my hair to a certain point. That is something that I definitely see is a trend in this new natural hair movement, as people like to call it. Now, if length is what it is that many of you guys or some of you guys are seeking, or that is your goal, heat is definitely going to be, in my opinion, one of those things that, if not used in moderation, will definitely be a setback in your hair growth. I don't like to use it because I feel that my hair becomes a lot drier. My hair after the first use, I did use a heat protectant that I showed you guys. My hair was, after blow drying it, the ends felt a little bit rough. When I used this tension method, I very rarely went all the way down to the very end. I almost blow dried my hair up into the point of where my hands were. So part of the length that I got was not even at full stretch for what I can get for a blow dry. I know a lot of women, I see it, they use blow drying or blowing out their hair to see their full length. Do what you do, ladies. I'm gonna say that first. Do what you wanna do. I'll tell you like this. To get long natural hair, or a certain length of natural hair that I think a lot of women have in their mind as far as what they consider to be long, that's not gonna be there in a year. Truly, in my opinion, avoid heat if you don't need to. If you don't want to wear your hair straightened, and if that is your goal, to wear your hair straightened, do what you need to do to get your hair straight. But if you just want to wear your natural hair stretched out to see where your length is, to me that is very unnecessary, especially since I do see a lot of women using the comb attachment to straighten or blow out their hair. I'm gonna say the only thing that I can say as far as my regimen and my hair care regime that I have remained, kind of consistent with, is low manipulation. If you watched my videos and asked me what have I done consistently, or what did I do to grow my hair, what I do is I use low manipulation. When I comb my hair, it's in the shower with conditioner, whether it's a wide tooth comb, whether it's a Denman, whether it's a Tangle Teaser, whether it's my hands. That is when I go and actually start to try to go through my hair. I don't like to use a whole lot of tools to try to get through my hair, and I feel like blow drying your hair with a comb attachment is very counterproductive. I don't care if you're using a round brush, if it's a Dominican blowout, although those women and stylists are professional, I would not choose that for myself. So, will I use heat? I'm not completely against it, but it's not necessary for me. I like to wear my hair, in stretched, natural textured styles. I did enjoy some of the added length. I definitely felt like I could moisturize my ends a lot better, and that's why I can understand why some people feel like heat training is beneficial for the hair. I'm not going to agree or disagree, but I can see where that theory comes from. I definitely think that if hair growth is your goal, heat should not be a regular thing in your regimen. That is just me. I'm going off of how I like to wear my hair, how I'm comfortable. If you like blow drying, perfectly fine. I know I can say for me, with my different textures of hair, there are going to be differences of opinions. There are going to be people who can benefit from having their hair stretched. I know for me, my very, very tight, coiled, kinky, dry, the snap, crackle, and pop situation that I talked to you guys about, even with two-strand twists, even with braids, even with the satin ribbon or satin scarf method, that area back there is drawn up onto itself and it looked like a little dirt road on the back of my neck. That is what it looks like. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Initial thoughts on using heat, you know, I definitely am not going to be one to try to push on you guys what I do for my hair. Okay, what I do for my hair is what I, you know, it's what I like to do. It's what I feel like doing at the moment. You know, this is my hair, and as you can see here, it's stretched, but this is a satin scarf braid out, if you want to call it, on what is this, on freshly washed hair, but this is day 2. Will I continue to use heat in moderation if I so feel like it? But it's just not my thing, ladies. So, you know, the question of if I will flat iron my hair, I don't know. I don't plan on it right now. It's not in the forefront of my mind, but there's so many different factors of why people use heat. And I see with the new natural women, I don't want to single y'all out, but I gotta talk to y'all. A lot of you guys use heat strictly or simply to see length. Please, you don't need to do all of that. In my opinion, don't hate me, okay? Because I said you don't need to, but you don't need to. You do not need to. Did I blow dry my hair on high? I sure did. But my ladies, year into it, 2 years into it, if it's strictly to see length, don't do it. If it is for a desired style that you must use heat for to obtain, be my guest, go for it and use a heat protectant. I'm a believer that heat is one of the most damaging things for afro textured, kinky, curly, dry hair types. All right, so take from this what you want. A whole nother issue that I want to talk about and will talk about in due time, and hopefully you guys don't mind this setup. I'm sitting in front of a window. Let me know if y'all are like, I can't see you with the blinds and the lines, or, you know, let me know. Holla at your girl. But there's definitely an issue that your girl needs to talk to y'all about. I'm not even gonna give you a heads up. I'm not gonna give you a heads up. I'm just gonna come with the video soon enough. And you know, I'm not trying to shake or rattle anybody's cage, but that's what I do. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'll talk to you guys real soon. If you have any questions about my first time use of heat, feel free, hit me up, private message me, email me, leave me a comment. It's all good. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep it real until next time. Peace.